What's poppin', everybody? Welcome to Tom and Joey Entertainment. I am Tom, your host for today. If you notice anything different, just like in Joey's previous video, you'll notice I have no headset on. I'm just here to tell you guys about what the happened last weekend and why I've been kind of out of commission these last few days. Basically, to make a long story short, if you guys aren't following us on Twitter, as Joey mentioned, you really should be. You'll know that, unfortunately, our house down here in East Lansing, where I currently go to school at Michigan State University, our house was robbed. Now, there's certain details that I feel comfortable sharing on the internet. If it gets out there, not a big deal. But there's some stuff that I kind of want to leave out just in case that there's some sort of investigation or anything like that. I don't want to step on any toes of the law or toes of the police officers that are helping us out with everything. So, give you guys a timeline of what exactly happened, basically. So, I went to my roommate's girlfriend's party. I came home, and basically I was gone for about an hour and a half. Left at 9:30, was home by 11, and I left my roommate's home. So, I didn't lock the door because my roommates were home. Came home at 11, went into my room, and I have this box that basically just has some watches in it, and most of them are fake. Like, I had like a $15 fake Rolex that I bought in Chinatown that I thought was funny. There was one that was pretty sentimental to me. It was a friend that gave me a watch that was a pretty big role model for me, and there's this whole story behind it. I won't get into it. That really sucks. Other than that, they didn't really get anything other than my Xbox and controllers. I had a game in there. They took my backpacks. Anyway, I went in, saw like my basketball shoes on the bed, and just like stuff was everywhere. All my drawers were open. There was just things gone. Like, I have a cigar humidor. They opened it and dumped everything everywhere. Obviously, they were just rifling to see what they could find. Like, one of my blankets under my futon was gone, just to see if anything was under there. So then after that, I go into my roommate's room to see exactly what was gone from his, because it took me about 10 seconds to really understand what was going on, because at first all I was thinking was, oh, maybe one of my roommates wanted cufflinks that I might have. I wasn't sure, and it kind of hit me pretty hard. I mean, I'll be honest, kind of broke down a little bit, and then I kind of snapped back to reality and realized, I need to figure out what was actually taken. When I saw my Xbox was gone, I was, as you can imagine, pretty livid, but I went into my roommate's room, saw his Xbox was gone, knew his computer was on his desk, saw that was gone. I just kind of assumed that only our rooms were hit. Go upstairs, looked at my roommate's room, saw one desk kind of had papers everywhere. Not like everywhere all over the room, but not something that he would just leave that way. So I figured that they went through it, but it didn't really look like much was gone. Call the police, they get there, pretty much tell us that there's nothing that they can do really, but we kind of had to break through a little bit. So one of my roommates' laptop was stolen, and we were able to track the laptop to a house in Lansing. Police get over there, they investigate it. They were able to find two of my backpacks full of my roommate's stuff, so he got all of his stuff back, which was great. Myself, my other roommate, didn't have anything. Now, while all this was going on, one of my roommates was indeed home, but his door was locked and he was actually asleep. We're kind of under the impression that they didn't think anyone was home. They went upstairs, saw he was home, got spooked, and ran out. And judging by the surveillance video, I actually missed them by about 8 minutes. Otherwise, I would have ran into him head on, and who knows what would have happened. I probably wouldn't even notice if I saw them carrying my backpacks out. Kind of hard to say what could have happened. Pretty scary situation just in general. Flash forward to the next day. We get a call. Some of my roommate's stuff from his wallet was found in a random parking structure in an apartment complex that's about 3 miles away, something like that. Complete opposite direction of where the house was. So we go there. Sure enough, there was IDs, there was receipts from my backpack that wasn't recovered, there was highlighters, stuff that I would know that was in there that they clearly just dumped. And on top of that, we also were able to look at my roommate's credit card history, and there's actually some transactions. So they went to Taco Bell and they went to Speedway, and when we got some of the recovered goods back, there was actually stuff in there that wasn't ours that they took. So obviously we handed that back to the police and said, hey, this isn't our laptop. Now, at the same night, there was also another break-in 2 blocks away. 2 weeks ago, there was also a break-in where a similar situation occurred, but they actually stole a guy's car. The guy was actually home, and they just, went to his room, saw his keys, and just booked it. So it's been kind of unsettling, to say the least, being in a house where you aren't really comfortable. I mean, it's been kind of weird sleeping here, but at the same time, I don't really feel comfortable leaving it either, just because you don't know if someone's going to come back. You kind of got to move on. As far as the law and what people can do, and people asking, like, they catch the guys, they make any arrests, there's really nothing that can be done at this point, in all honesty. These kids will probably get a slap on the wrist at most, probably get put on probation, but it's not going to be anything substantial. We're not living here for very long. We're just going to have to move on and replace our stuff on our own. Unfortunately, that's just kind of where the story ends. I appreciate everybody who understands and was patient with why I wasn't too optimistic to get back in front of the camera. There's just so many meetings with police and talking to my friends who are police officers and that sort of thing. It's been chaotic these last few days. At the end of the day, it's just gotta move on. To everyone this has happened to, I feel you. It sucks a lot. Talking about it just gets you riled up all over again, makes you mad, but the best thing you can do is just try and put it behind you and lock your doors no matter what, I guess. Appreciate, again, everyone being patient and understanding. Really means a lot. There's bad people out there, but there's also a lot of good. I don't want to end this video on a negative note. Love the hell out of each other. Sometimes things get a little up around the way. Things happen. Stuff is replaceable. People aren't. Your parents teach you that. It's never been more true than right now. Hopefully this is the last type of video that we'll have to make that's around this theme. Hopefully you guys stick around every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. As always, if you like the videos you see, other than this one, because this one really sucks, I know. Please hit the subscribe button. It really helps us out. Hit that like button. Share it with your friends. Share it. Just anybody. Casual person walking on the street. Say, hey, check this YouTube video out. It's weird not having my compadre here signing us all off. I'll have to do this time. So as always, I'm your host, Tom. We'll see you next time. Peace.